from all types of bird eggs.
What's going on? I'm Cody. Welcome to Nathan for Reaction. Today, I'm going to be reacting to My Birds Laid Eggs. This by Jane Animations. Now, this sounds really amazing, and I'm really excited to see this. But so, link to the video in the description. Also, because a new channel, smash that subscribe button. Let's go and check out My Birds Laid Eggs.
Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've had a story to tell, but I have a story to tell.
Dude, okay.
And it's because my birds accidentally laid eggs together without my consent. Okay, so let's back up. I'm sure the majority of you know this guy right here, Ari.
Dude,
classic
yes, Ari.
piece in the Jade Animations lore.
Right.
If you don't know him, you don't know me. I keep Ari in his own room because he destroys literally anything if he has access to it.
Ari's
in a way,
so
you
savage.
could call it a containment room. But when I'm not around to give him attention, I wanted to make sure he has a friend around and isn't just sitting there all alone and pitiful-like. So back in October 2019, I got Tofu, which, oh my god, I'm just realizing is much longer ago than I thought. Tofu, I thought you were still just a baby. She definitely isn't as well known as Ari, but we're talking about her now. I was so nervous back when Tofu first arrived because I obviously hadn't gotten any other pets before, and it was really important that she and Ari actually got along. Birds can be pretty
Bro, that is so amazing, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Like the birds do. Let's go.
Particular, and some just flat out hate each other for no apparent reason. Some sort of bird drama or something. I don't know.
All
I
the
was
bird
worried
drama.
my birds were gonna mean girls each other, and then suddenly I'd have two singular birds, which then doubles my original problem. I went through the typical process you're supposed to do to introduce them, keep them in separate areas for a bit, let them kind of see each other, slowly introduce them in small doses, and suddenly they were best friends. I was so happy. Plan B of having to get 4 birds was now not necessary. So great, everything was going according to plan. I have 2 birds that can keep each other company when I'm not around.
That is so
Nothing
incredible.
could possibly go wrong when there's a pair of animals that get along very well.
But I feel like something might.
It was a peaceful, happy 3 years of 2 birds who were besties until this past spring where everything went wrong. How could this happen? I walked into the birds' room to give them their morning food, and on their dresser, I find 3 tiny little eggs.
Oh, dang.
Oh, uh-oh. And by the way, when I say tiny, I mean you would be shocked to see how small bird eggs can be. These things were the size of a quarter. Some of you may be thinking, Jaden, why is this a bad thing? Jaden, it's the gift of life. This is a beautiful moment of miracles. Okay, sure, but actually, no. First of all, I don't want more birds, especially fragile little fresh out the egg ones. Remember when I was worried I'd have to get 4 birds if Ari and Tofu didn't like each other? Why am I experiencing the same dilemma again? 2 birds is already enough, especially since one of them has devoted his entire life to being a full-time bastard. Anyone who has a gremlin pet understands that creature is equal to
FTB though. Oh my goodness, dude, like dang.
Like 3 pets worth of energy. It's a lot to handle at all times, and if my plate gets any more full, I'll unlock alcoholism. Second of all, this is now my problem that I need to handle ASAP. I can't be like, oh, I'm busy right now, I'll deal with it later. No, procrastinating would only lead to possible hatching. Not 100%, but there's a chance. I'll get to that later. Which leads back to my prior statement that I've stated multiple times at this point of I don't want more birds. Immediately, I was like, how did this happen? I've been preventing them from laying eggs together for so long. What changed? Unlike cats and dogs, birds can't really be neutered, at least not easily. You could give them like monthly hormone shots or there's other stuff, but it's just really complicated. And you're better off simply making sure their environment is set up in a way to discourage nesting and egg laying behavior. There's a few things you could do to prevent it, but to sum things up, basically don't let the birds nest. If they find a dark little hidey hole, they'll start treating it like a nest and get hormonal, and suddenly you've got eggs. No nesting, for the most part, no problem. I looked around the room.
The eggs just came out of nowhere, dude. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing and interesting.
And was so confused. All they had in there were their cages, climbing tree, and a drawer I bought to hold all their bird stuff. And the eggs were just on the top of the drawer too, not even in a safe burrowed nest-like place. One had already rolled off the side and cracked open on the floor like an omelet. Tofu, this is not even close to motherly instincts. After a bit of snooping around, I pulled the drawer back from the wall to realize, oh my god, These birds have been secretly burrowing into the back of this drawer like they were plotting a prison escape.
Goodness,
Somehow,
did that
Ari and
just
Tofu
happen?
squeezed their
Dude,
tiny
these
bodies
birds are
in
so
between the drawer and the
interesting.
wall and started chewing the back of it to get into the drawers from behind.
Oh my goodness.
They literally
dude,
gnawed
like all
through
the
it like the
plotting.
nematodes in
Dude,
SpongeBob.
this is
You
so
should have seen all the
interesting.
sawdust on the floor. Well, here's a picture, but it doesn't do it justice. It looked like a construction site and smelled like Home Depot.
So the birds were plotting like a nest, dude, from the back. These birds are so sneaky, dude. Like, who would have ever thought that?
Suddenly it made sense.
So
They
smart
were using
as
the
well.
drawer as a secret nest. Whenever I was in the room, they were out and about. Hi,
Oh.
Mom, please give us seeds. Nothing nefarious is going on. I leave, and boom,
Birds be
straight to the
sneaky.
forbidden nesting drawer they go. Criminals. As I'm connecting the
Criminals.
dots on how we got to this point, I realized I don't even know which one of these knuckleheads even laid the eggs. When I got Tofu, I made sure she
feel
was
like
a
it's
girl,
Ari,
a little
right?
lady. I talked to one of my bird knowledgeable friends when I was considering getting another, and she recommended a female bird because there was
Really?
a higher chance Ari would get along with her more than a male bird. So Tofu
I mean,
has
that's right,
been
asserting
DNA
dominance
checked
is probably
and
a
female
thing.
certified. However,
But-
way back when I got Ari, I never got him/her checked. Green cheek conure genders can only be confirmed through DNA tests, and there wasn't really any
Dang.
important reason to know Ari's gender at
right.
the time, so I just didn't.
Made it
Over
up.
the years, I've just started calling him my big man
Big
because
man.
of the way he acted and behaviors he displayed felt very
Right.
obnoxiously masculine. But it was
Masculine.
always more of a gut feeling above anything else.
Oh
But I
my
am
goodness.
now facing a possible reality
you
that my bird I've
know.
had for 7 years that I've been headcanoning is male could have been female this whole time and is the potential mother of these confusing eggs. Because
Bruh,
yes,
what?
birds don't need a male around to lay eggs. Think about it like chickens.
real?
They just be laying eggs out the wazoo
That is
without
true.
a rooster in sight.
That
They
is
don't
true.
care. Boom, egg. If it's a girl bird, that thing can lay eggs whether you or a
Wait,
male
so
bird
Ari
wants it to or
may
not.
be a
So in
girl.
this situation, Ari possibly being a girl is the thing that's blowing my mind the most.
That's
But
blowing
one
my
quick peek at
mind.
their little bird booty hole swiftly gave me the answer. It was definitely Tofu. If you know, you know. I'm just saying, laying 3 eggs a quarter the size of your whole body
Right?
biologically does something to you. Anyway,
Dang.
I immediately booked a vet
That
visit
is
for
so
Tofu.
interesting.
Laying eggs drains birds of their calcium and overall health, so I wanted to make
Oh,
sure she was generally
right.
okay. The vet took a look
Exactly.
at her and was like, she looks fine, she's acting fine, we'll give her some vitamins, but she's still got more eggs in her. What?
Bro, what? Dude still has more eggs in her, dude. How many eggs can like birds lay, dude? I don't even know.
Well, how many of those things you're gonna cook up? Also, we gotta limit this
Right?
whole ordeal to as minimal as possible, please, because that vet bill was not fun. We can't be
Oh,
making
I can't
this
even
a routine
imagine.
occurrence. It's no mystery laying eggs can also be pretty dangerous for birds. There's a chance it could get stuck and the bird
Oh.
just dies. And to be honest, I really
my
didn't want that to
goodness.
happen. So every
Right.
egg meant an extra mountain of stress and anxiety
Oh my
for
goodness.
me.
Right.
Yippee! The vet told me
Whoopee.
conures typically lay eggs every other day, so once she goes a few days without laying any, then I can come back and get her another checkup to really make sure she's all good. So I let time pass.
Dude, that's
and
good.
in total,
That's amazing.
Tofu ended up laying 8 freaking eggs. She was not
Bruh, dude, Tofu has a big family, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Tofu?
supposed to lay that many. Normally, conures lay clutches of like 4 or 5.
Right.
So she basically laid 2 birds worth of eggs.
2
I
birds worth
don't
of eggs?
Know what to do. But all right, she's finally done. We can now move on to
Or
the second
is
step in the
she?
what to do when your bird lays eggs without your permission plan. I have to swap out the eggs for fake ones. If
That's
I
a
just
thing?
yoink Tofu's eggs away, she's gonna be like,
Oh
"What
yeah, the mother
fu-
instinct's
my
probably
eggs,
gonna kick in.
Dude, what the hell? I just laid those. And she's biologically programmed to start laying more to replace them. Luckily, my
What?
friends Jordan and Kelsey had some fake conure eggs because coincidentally, their
They have
bird
birds?
laid eggs like 6 months prior to Tofu. So they already went
Coincidence.
through this process
Dang.
and were definitely supplying me with mental support. They lent me their fake eggs, I swapped them out, and perfect. Tofu is now trying to be a mother of 8 balls of plastic. After a few weeks of
Of
them not
8 balls
hatching,
of
she'll move
plastic.
on, forget all about them, and everything will return returned to normal. It was a successful heist, as in I gave them both treats, stole all their eggs right in front of them, and they did not notice. You might be realizing, even though Tofu's eggs won't hatch, I still am in possession of actual real bird eggs that may or may not be fertilized. Yep, as much as Ari could have been the mother, he could also be the father. We don't know. Big drama. Are you the father? More like, is there even a father? After consulting with the vet and various bird resources, I basically had to make sure no birds could start growing in them just in case. Even though it's very likely they were just empty little chicken eggs, we couldn't run the risk. By the various resources aforementioned, I was given a few options. I was told I could smash them, which felt a tad bit too violent for me.
Oh my goodness, dude, that would be so savage, dude. I feel so bad for like Tofu, I think it was, that was laying the eggs. I mean, do we even know?
Are these your little eggs?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we know it's Tofu.
You've ever laid in your life?
Oh my god, Tofu.
Absolutely not.
Sad.
I could freeze them, just put them in a little container, pop them in the freezer, and there you go. But the last option, which sounded the most insane in my opinion, was to boil them.
Oh my!
Make tiny little boiled eggs.
No!
Why does that one sound the most
so
deranged and psychopathic?
Dude,
I know people consume all types of bird eggs all over the world, but boiling my own Conyers eggs just feels way past the line in mental sanity.
It's like mad scientist over here.
To whatever humanity I had left after all this, and they've been there ever since. I still have them. I'll go to grab a popsicle and be like, oh, hello, tofu eggs. I don't know. Even though they won't hatch, they...
Bruh, as you go get your ice cream, there's Tofu's eggs, dude. That's gonna be like playing in the mind like 24/7. Like, oh, those are Tofu's eggs that we have there, dude. Oh my...
They still feel special. They're my little baby Tofu's little baby eggs. I don't want to just throw them away like they're nothing.
Oh my
I'll just keep them in my freezer forever because that's somehow the most sane option I was given. Some people might be like, Jaden, you should have tried to let them hatch. But you do not understand.
So many birds.
I am absolutely, definitely not qualified to raise baby birds. I promise this was the best thing to do for everyone. For me, for the eggs, for Ari and Tofu. God knows Ari would have been an awful father.
Oh my goodness.
Or mother. So that's
we still don't even know. Those could still be like Ari's eggs,
She's
right?
Essentially back to normal. I have since removed the secret nest drawer they have claimed. I'm sure they weren't too happy about that one.
I'm still thinking about it.
So people will tell me, oh, you're the reason I want a bird. And I always think to myself,
don't.
Man. That's unfortunate. The majority of people are not suited to own a bird. Case one, they can cut through
Bro, let me know in the comments, like, do you guys own birds, and is it like this type of situation? I'm more of a cat person, because they're so chill and amazing, and just so cuddly, but oh my goodness, dude, I can only imagine how, like, this picture right here, this animation, I could only imagine that's probably exactly what it's like to own birds. Like, that whole, like, place is, like, all scattered about or something like that. Like everything ripped apart, like this curtain right here.
Sure, like chainsaws.
I can't even imagine.
Two, they could lay eggs and curse you to put them in the freezer like the egg murderer you are. Or worse. I love my birds with all my heart. But if anyone ever asks me if they make good pets, I turn into the biggest hater. And if you're a good bird owner, you'd probably agree with me. Birds are beautiful, intelligent,
they really are though.
But they're also knife tornadoes who can force you to question your own mortality as you spend a fortune on vet bills.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks for watching. Hey, by the way, do you want to see me in person in the flesh? James, Ross, Dom, Aaron, and I are all going back on tour again. Imagine going to a funny improv drawing comedy show, but there's no children. And
there's
I swear,
no children.
live on stage, right in front of you. That's right, if you're 18 plus, you should grab tickets to our Scribble Showdown After Dark show.
That sounds amazing.
Check out scribbleshowdown.com to see if we're coming to a town near you. I hope to see you there, and also happy almost 2024. Time is but an illusion, and we're all aging too fast for our souls to truly absorb the meaning of life. I hope you enjoyed the little story about my birds.
That is so deep. Oh my goodness, dude. That was so interesting. Dude, I'm like a cat person again. Like I was saying, I'm a cat person, so I can only imagine what it's like. I mean, like Jaden was saying, they're majestic creatures. They really are, dude. But whenever I go to like a pet store and like I see them all like parakeeting and around and stuff like that, I'm like, dude, I'm not cut out for that, but oh my goodness. But they are so cute and adorable as well, dude. Like, they're so majestic. But I feel like there's just so much stuff that goes on with birds, like taking care of them. Like cats, like you give them food, you give them water, you love them. I mean, oh, you cuddle. Like, I can't, but with birds, dude, it's probably a whole different like situation right there. But oh my goodness, dude. Again, let me know in the comments, do you guys own birds, and can you relate to that experience? Because I feel like it's really interesting. But this was just so amazing. The animations of the story, that was like so fantastic. But what do you guys about my birds laid eggs? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also click that bell to turn notifications. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next reaction video.